9 seconds. That's all it takes to get them to text you. Not hours, not days, not some complicated ritual that takes weeks to work. 9 seconds. And I know what you're thinking. That's impossible. There's no way it's that simple. But what if I told you that you've been overcomplicating this the whole time? What if the reason it hasn't worked yet isn't because you're not doing enough, but because you're doing too much? Hey, I'm Amanda Hicks, and I help people create the connections they've been longing for. And if you're here right now, I know it's because there's someone specific you're hoping will reach out. Someone whose name you keep checking your phone for. And what I'm about to share with you is going to change everything you thought you knew about how this works. But first, I need you to do something for me. Think about the last time they texted you. Can you even remember what it said? Drop just one word in the comments. One word that describes how it felt the last time you actually heard from them. Happy, relieved, hurt, confused. Just one word. Because I want you to remember that feeling. And then I want you to feel something completely different by the end of this video. Look, I know you've tried everything. You've sent them good thoughts. You've visualized. You've maybe even tried those long, complicated techniques that promise results but leave you feeling more desperate than when you started. And every time nothing happens, you start to wonder if maybe you're just not good enough at this. Maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe it's just not meant to be. But here's what nobody tells you. The reason those long techniques don't work isn't because they're not powerful. It's because the longer you spend trying to make something happen, the more you're telling your subconscious that it hasn't happened yet. You're living in the wanting instead of the having. And your subconscious? It creates based on what you're feeling right now, not what you hope to feel tomorrow. So if you spend 20 minutes visualizing them texting you while feeling desperate for it to happen, you just created more desperation, more waiting, more nothing. But 9 seconds? 9 seconds is just enough time to drop into the feeling of already having what you want, without your logical brain jumping in to ruin it. And that's the secret. That's what changes everything. So let me explain how this actually works, because once you understand this, you'll never go back to those exhausting techniques again. Everything you want already exists. Not in some distant future. Right now. There's a version of reality where they just texted you, where they've been thinking about you all day, where you're exactly what they want. You're not trying to create that reality. You're just tuning into it, like changing the channel on a radio. Right now, you're tuned into the station where you're waiting, where you're checking your phone, where you're wondering if they even think about you anymore. But there's another station, one where they can't stop thinking about you, where they're the ones checking their phone, where the text is already sent. And all you have to do is tune into that frequency for 9 seconds. Not 9 minutes, not 9 hours, 9 seconds. Because here's what happens in 9 seconds. Your emotional state completely shifts, and your emotional state is the signal you're sending out into the universe. When you can drop into the feeling of being wanted, being chosen, being the one they're reaching out to, even for just 9 seconds, you send out a completely different signal. And reality responds to that signal. Think about it. Have you ever had a moment where you just knew something good was about to happen? And then it did? That wasn't coincidence. That was you tuning into the right frequency without even realizing it. We're just going to do that on purpose. Now here's where most people mess this up. They try to force the feeling. They sit there thinking, okay, I need to feel like they want me. I need to feel chosen. I need to feel loved. But you can't force a feeling. You can only allow it. So instead of trying to manufacture the emotion, we're going to drop you into a version of yourself who already has it. Just for 9 seconds. And your subconscious. It doesn't know the difference between what you vividly imagine and what actually happened. So if you can feel for 9 seconds what it's like to see their name on your screen, to read their words, to feel that relief and excitement in your chest, your subconscious takes that as truth, and it starts creating a reality that matches it. All right, here's what we're going to do, and I want you to really be present for this. No distractions, no half attention. This is 9 seconds that could change everything. First, I want you to stop thinking about them as someone you're waiting for. Stop seeing yourself as the one hoping they'll reach out. Right now, in this moment, you're going to become the version of you who just got the text, who's reading it right now, who feels wanted and chosen and thought about, not someday, right now. Close your eyes if you can. If you can't, just soften your gaze and let everything else fade away. Take a breath, a real one, deep into your belly, and let it out slowly. Now, picture your phone, see it clearly, the screen, the way the light hits it, and suddenly it lights up. You pick it up, and there it is, their name, their message. And it's exactly what you've been wanting to see. Maybe it says, "I've been thinking about you." Maybe it's, "Can we talk?" Maybe it's just, "Hey." Whatever it is, it's them, reaching out, to you. Feel what that does to your chest. That flutter, that warmth, that instant relief that floods through your whole body. They're thinking about you. They wanted to talk to you. You matter to them. See yourself reading those words. Really see it. The way your eyes move across the screen, the way your heart speeds up just a little. And feel how good it feels, how right it feels, how this is exactly what you knew would happen. You're not surprised, you're not shocked, you're just relieved, happy, certain that this is how it's supposed to be. This is your reality now. In this moment, you have the text. You are wanted. You are chosen. You are thought about. Hold that feeling, just for 9 seconds. Don't let your logical mind jump in. Don't start questioning. Just feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. You just shifted. Did you feel it? That lightness in your chest? That quiet certainty? That's not fake. That's not pretend. That's you tuning into a different frequency, a different version of reality, one where you're not waiting anymore. Now take another breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Here's what you need to understand. What you just felt, that was real. Your subconscious just experienced getting that text, and it's now working to make that match your physical reality. But here's the part most people get wrong. They do the technique, feel the feeling, and then immediately go back to checking their phone every 5 minutes. And every time they check, and there's nothing, they're telling their subconscious, "See, it didn't work, I'm still waiting." And they erase everything they just created. So here's what you do instead. You go about your day. You don't obsess. You don't check. You don't sit there waiting for proof, because you already got the text. In the version of reality you just tuned into, it already happened. Your only job now is to stay in that frequency, to keep feeling like someone who is wanted, who is chosen, who is thought about. Not someone who's waiting, someone who already has it. And you can come back to those 9 seconds anytime you feel yourself slipping back into doubt. Anytime you catch yourself checking your phone desperately, just drop back in. 9 seconds. Feel it again and let it go. The text is coming. Maybe in an hour, maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight when you're not even thinking about it. But it's coming because you just shifted the frequency you're operating on. And they're going to feel that shift. Even if they don't know why, they're going to feel this pull to reach out to you. If something shifted for you during those 9 seconds, if you felt that change, hit the like button. It lets me know this resonated with you. And subscribe if you haven't already. Because when that text does come through, you're going to want to come back and tell me about it. And you're going to want the next technique I share. Turn on notifications too, so you don't miss when the next video drops. And I have a membership where I share even more powerful techniques like this. Shorter, simpler methods that actually work because they don't keep you in the energy of wanting. The people in there are getting messages and calls from their person every single week because they're learning how to stay in the right frequency. If you're serious about this and you don't join, honestly, you're just going to keep struggling longer than you need to. I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just telling you what I see working for people every single day. And when that text comes through, when you see their name on your screen and you remember this moment, come back here. Tell me about it in the comments. I want to hear your story. I'll be here celebrating with you. You're not the person who waits anymore. You just became the person who receives. In 9 seconds, you shifted something fundamental. You tuned into a different reality. One where you're wanted, where you're thought about, where the text is already on its way. Trust that. Hold on to that feeling. And watch what happens next. They're going to reach out. And when they do, you'll know exactly why. I'll see you in the next videos.